So I reached my goal, and I got to level 30 in Lost Reavers. Yay! I don't know if I ever mentioned that at all. I do talk about it quite a lot now because because I'm playing it quite a lot. Something in my throat there a little bit. Should get like a glass of water or something. I haven't spoken a word in 4 or 5 hours, so that was should have been expected. Should have done some, quick quick warm-ups or something. I don't usually do warm-ups before this one. I do warm-ups before Kumo and Shield recordings because those usually take like an hour or a half, and I'm a lot more worried about how I sound when I do those, so I like to do warm-ups. Oops. Okay. No. Okay. So yeah, I just been playing a shit ton of Lost Reavers, and Dave has been busy all day, so he's still at level 23, and I'm at level 30. So I can now solo the level that we used to have a lot of trouble with the two of us. Um, and that's fun. Of course, I use a lot of items, and soloing in that game in general is a terrible idea because you there are areas where you have to do something while there's enemies, and you can't fight the enemies while you're doing the thing. And then there are like you have to carry something, so it's better to have like people there to protect you, and you have a limited inventory. So if like items drop throughout the mission, sometimes you just can't pick up all of them, and then it's just you're missing out and you're doing things slower. And soloing isn't the best, but I like to I just did that as a test to see if I could, and I can, because now I have a 4-star rarity weapon and a 3-star rarity weapon as my two main weapons. And they're both very good. I leveled them quite a bit. They aren't max yet, but I'm very strong. I also defeated one of the super bosses for like the first time ever. Of course, with a team of a lot of people who were higher level than me, but we did it. Actually, crazy story about that one. So, in Lost Reavers, your goal is to pick up these things called relics. And you get them about halfway through the mission, and then someone carries them back through the mission to the goal, to the exit, so that you can take this relic and then complete the mission. And there's usually one in every level, and you go to this area, and you have to do this is what I was talking about before, where you have to do encryption or whatever, or I don't remember what it's called, but you have to stand at this little box, and you just it's a time thing. You just sit there and you wait for it to finish, and then when it's all finished, then the door opens and you can take your relic and go. And that's why it's good to have protection. I made that process a lot easier by maxing out the skill that makes that process a lot easier. So that goes very quickly now. But in Lost Reavers as well, there are bosses. They're like, I guess they're mini bosses almost, and then there are big bosses. The mini bosses can appear in the mission, and they're like I have health, and they're just like, I don't know, they're just really hard. They're just, there's the cop that stands there and shoots you, and then the firefighter's got a fire, and the skeleton king, and I don't know, they're difficult. And then there's the big boss, which is like a completely separate thing. Like sometimes during one of the higher levels, like basement or underground specifically, you have to defeat the mini boss to move on, but the big boss is completely optional. And you have to enter like it shows up as a red area, so like this is a boss, this is some dangerous shit, and you can go in, and like the first 4 or 5 times me and Dave tried it, we just get destroyed. By the two of us, very quickly we get destroyed. In a team, we still get destroyed. But I told you, as I said. I defeated one for the first time with a team of mostly, I think it was like 32 or 33. I think there might have been the one that was like a 37 or something. So we pulled it off. And we're on our way. We're heading out, and we got 3 relics with us, and we're bringing them. We might have had 2 relics now that I think about it. Yeah, we had 2 relics with us. And we brought him to the goal, so we were getting ready to leave, and then one guy one guy runs back through the mission and is like telling us, come over here, come over here, come over here. And what he wants us to do is to go back through the mission and go get the regular relic. Because what I forgot to mention is that the special optional boss will drop 1 to 3 relics of himself. From himself. I mean, not of himself. But he'll drop relics. That was dumb to use the 2 of those. I was scared. So he'll drop relics, and you'll take those. And the other guy, he wanted to go back and get the proper relic. And we're just like, we just spent fucking, I don't even know, like 10, 15 minutes just trying to go into town on this giant boss, like dying and reviving and dying. And like at the end of it, everyone was out of items, right? There are items that'll heal you and items that'll replenish your ammo and your durability for your sword if you have one. Everyone was completely out. What was happening was people were dying, and then other people were reviving those people, and then that person died, and then you revived, and you just got as much damage as you could in the time where you're just waiting to kill it, really. I mean, it was so close that, I could feel it. I could feel that we were going to do it if we just pushed through, and, we did. We held out. We learned a lot of the attack patterns. I especially, learned to avoid a lot of the things. Like, there was one where he just, like, if he dropped down into the ground, he's going to spew out this column, and you don't want to be in front of him because he's got this laser beam, and he'll spin around, and, we just run around it, and we can avoid that one. And that's a good time to hit him in the back, really. So that, that was, if you get hit with the column, it's an instant death. But then there are just people that revive you. That's why it's great to be in a team of 4. So we pulled it off. And then this guy, because he's begging it. We gotta go. Come over here. Come over here. Come over here. And you can't leave the mission. You cannot end the mission. You could leave the mission, but you don't get any rewards. But you cannot end the mission until all of the party members go to the goal and leave. So this one guy, he's just going over there. He's like, come on, let's go get the other one. He can't specifically say that, because they're like key phrases that you can use. And the one, he was come over here, or come this way. I think it was come this way. So we have to go over there, right? We have to agree with him, because if we don't, then we lose, and we lose the 2 relics that we had already done, and we would have wasted all of our items. So we go over there. And we go in and we try to get to the area. I think we find the next relic, and then on our way back, no. On our way there, we encounter one of the mini bosses. I think it was the chef. And the chef has this really fun thing where if he hits you with his knife, he's got a downward strike with his knife. And the first hit, it's usually a stun, and it's really strong. So if you don't die from the first hit, you're stunned, and the second hit will kill you. So he just destroys us, and we lose all that effort because one guy wanted to go back. He should have known that we had no items. Our only way of healing or gaining any new ammo was from picking them up in boxes throughout the mission, which, I mean, we had a few, so we weren't completely dead, and we might have had a chance, but it's just fucking, and we lost because one guy wanted to go back, and he just everybody gets fucked. We lost 20 minutes of effort down the fucking drain because of that one dude. So then I immediately went and did the boss on an easier level with a different team, and then won, and then we took it, and then we did the exact same thing, really, where we went back and we got the other one. We ended up with 4 relics, but that was super possible because it was easier and we were all really high leveled, and I actually, I had items left over after that, because it was on an easier stage. Like, there are 1-star stages, 2-star stages, and then 3-star stages. So the one from the first story was in a 3-star stage, and then the one from just now where I said, we defeated it, and we ended up with 4 relics in the end. That was a 3-star stage, and that felt good. That felt like redemption, It still takes a bitch long time to defeat him, to defeat the big boss. So, I mean, I want to try it again now, just because I am level 30 and I'm much better, and I'm now I'm now able to use my good sword and my good gun. I didn't mention it before, but I was like super annoyed because there's a system to get new weapons, and it takes like a bitch long time or like a lot of luck. Because what you can do is you can put in these chips that you can like find or buy with medals that you just gain. And then you put in one chip gives you two like analysis out of, I don't remember what it's called, but you need it out of something. Like if it's a 1-star, then you only need like 50. If it's a 2-star, I think you need like 200, and then like 400, and then like 1,000 for a 4-star. So I was going for a 4-star, right? I wanted a really good weapon, and yeah, I saw myself getting it because it's not that difficult. And I ended up like what you can do is you can put in, for every chip you put in, you put in 2 for the progression, I think is what they call it. Unless you get really lucky and just it just fills it up immediately. Like it can either do only progression, or you can just get super lucky and fill the whole thing immediately. So Dave being Dave, did a 3-star one and got it in 20 chips. And I put like 200 chips into this one before getting it. So it was crazy, and I finally got the weapon, and it's like super good, and it fucking glows like a goddamn lightsaber. And I was like, this is the coolest shit in the world. But lo and behold, guess what? There's a cost system, and your weapons have a cost price. And in order to have the 4-star weapon that I wanted, which was 75, and the 3-star gun that I had already been using along with the 3-star sword that I had and leveled, which cost 50, which had a cost of 50, which is what is that, 125 total. So 125 total to use both items, and I had 122 cost max, so I couldn't use both items. I had to find a 2-star 2-star gun to use in order to start using my new sword. And then finally I leveled up enough. So level 30, not only did I get, plenty of skill points, I also got the ability or enough. I get like you get fucking one extra cost point per level. So then I had just enough to use my good sword and my good gun, and I reset my skills, and I changed the tier a little bit to where just it's a little. I did the thing I mentioned before where I maxed out the speed of removing any obstacles, and that super helps if you're doing solo, which again is not a good idea. But even in a team, of course, if you're going for that shit and you just like wipe it out in like 2 seconds flat, everybody's impressed, of course. So I did that. I changed a few of my attack skills around just for fun. But yeah, so level 30 now. That's cool. I don't know if I'm gonna play as much as I think I'm just gonna play with Dave from now on, because grinding was intense, and I'm probably really really good in the ranking, because what I was mostly doing was the event, because that was really the easiest thing to do, was to search for a room that was I just searched for the event because it was the quickest one, and you get like 1,000 experience, and the more event points, you get better rewards as the more event points go, and eventually there's a costume that you can get from event points, and I want to save up to that one. So I'm gonna make sure I have that one, but I'm probably not gonna play as much as I have been, just because I don't want to be so much better than Dave that he just like doesn't even want to play, because a lot of the fun in playing it was playing it with Dave, but then like I just wanted that fucking weapon, right? Because the laboratory where you can find these weapons, every weapon has a time limit to it, and while I still have like 100 hours left in it, I just super wanted to use it because it's a fucking lightsaber looking thing. So now I have that, and now I'm super good, and I'm probably only going to play when he's playing. Maybe try to get some friends into it. I can fucking very easily carry kind of anyone. uh, so that's a lot of fun. If I get good enough to help out a lot with like because the 2-star boss, I feel like I don't think I could solo that, but with like a team of I think even like level 20s, I think I could definitely be a lot of help in order to take that out. So if I had a bunch of friends and I got them into it, we could do that. Right now it's just me and Dave. I do know a couple people with Wii U, but I told one person about it. He said he'd give it a try, but he didn't. It didn't seem like it. There are a few other people who I might holler at, but at this point I'm like, it's weird because like I started with Dave and then we've been leveling together, and then like, I mean now I've overcome him quite a bit, but he's still, he was still there through most of it. And now if I try to bring somebody in, then they're like level 1 and I'm like level 30. So then it's like, I don't know, maybe it's just weird for them or something. I don't know, I might talk to some people about that. It's a good excuse to talk to a friend I haven't talked to in a while. So I might hit up a particular person. I feel like I could mention them because they've literally been on the channel. I almost said on the show, but that wasn't the case. But I don't care. Yeah. On the topic of recording it, I haven't tried anything yet. Dave super wants me to. None of you guys have mentioned anything about wanting me to. I feel like I would still have a lot of fun with it. But if I did get this particular friend that I'm thinking of involved, then recording it might be a little bit more fun if we were like doing that together. Because usually, if I'm grinding with Dave or I'm grinding with like random people, I'm talking to Dave if I'm grinding with Dave. If I'm grinding with random people, I'm watching something. I'm always watching something. This time I was watching The Cleaners, which is another Crackle original. And the only reason I watched it is because it had Emily Osment in it, who was like an old Disney star, and I don't know, it was just kind of cute or something. It was pretty interesting. It's not the best show in the world, definitely not. But I don't know. I have this thing where because Crackle has ads, I'm not gonna watch anything that isn't a Crackle original on Crackle, right? Because then it's like if it's anime or it's like, because they have a few anime. If it's anime, there are places where I can go watch that for free, and I know it's not entirely legal, but there are other places. And then there's a lot of movies and things. Like I wanted to watch Spanglish a little bit, and I started that because Spanglish is a pretty good fucking movie. Because I used to watch it. I used to watch that at my grandmother's house. I think my grandmother owned that. I have no idea where her copy went. But we used to watch that at her house because it's a pretty good fucking movie, and I might go back and rewatch it. But watching it on Crackle means that there's ads, and so it's like, I don't know. I didn't like that as much. But when it's a Crackle original, I can put up with it because that means that Crackle is the only place that I can watch this thing, and then it's just like, okay, sure, yeah, you know what, yeah, throw your ad in my face. Ooh, this is good. This is like probably the best scenario right here. I believe that's gonna be, yep, beautiful. But for those of you not listening, or only listening and not paying attention, just some shit happened to VC or whatever. So, yeah, I only watch Crackle originals, and I'm gonna run out of those pretty quick. I think there's like another season of The Cleaners, which I might watch. And I tried the Art of More is what it was called. I don't know if I mentioned it. I know I mentioned it. I don't know if I mentioned it by name because I may not have known the name of it, but it's called The Art of More, and it's about auctions or something. But I just wasn't interested, so I was just like, fucking. I mean, I might go back into it if I run out of other Crackle originals. But there's like original movies too. Like they made a fucking Dead Rising movie, like 2 of them actually. They made 2 Dead Rising movies, and I'm like, yeah, sure, a zombie movie. I might give that one a shot. Although a zombie movie while I'm playing a game that involves zombies is kind of lame. But, Uh, yeah, I have that thing there. Gotta watch a Crackle original, or else it's just like dumb, because I can watch movies on Netflix, or I can watch anime online in places. So why would I watch something like that through Crackle where I have to sit through ads? Besides the fact that I'm watching it on my phone and I don't have Netflix on my phone, I could just download Netflix and then I get free movies. So Crackle on the phone, Crackle Originals. If I'm playing PC, it's Netflix on the Wii U. Or anime on the Wii U, or something like that. Not anime through Crackle because commercials. Not any major movies through Crackle because commercials. Crackle original movies, yeah, sure. There are probably a few good ones. I kind of want to check out the Dead Rising one, now that I think about it. But yeah, the Cleaners, not terrible, not terrible. Emily Osment does a pretty good job. I mean, she's cute. She, like, her character wasn't exactly a cute in that whole story. It's about two mercenary chicks. One that works with guns and the other that works with knives, or literally anything she can find that'll beat the shit out of somebody with. She's the one that doesn't work with guns, pretty much. And they're a team of cleaners, they call them, because they go in, they clean the situation just by killing the shit out of everything or whatever. You know what? I'm gonna use this tomorrow morning, because I don't think I'm gonna be, because I said I'm probably not gonna be grinding Lost Reavers tomorrow. I'm gonna be grinding this. Fuck. Do I go into talking about this show, or do I just end the fucking episode? I'm not entirely sure when I started this. I so wish that my watch had the notification for the ongoing thing, because my watch will have a notification for starting it. There's a notification that's there for starting the recording, and my watch will see that one, but it won't see the notification that's there while I'm recording, which I'm pretty sure is there. I don't actually check, but I think there's one. So my watch won't see that. And if I could see that, and I could somehow see the duration that it's had, then that would make life a lot easier. I should probably tell AZ to do that. I don't know if they would listen, but I don't know. They feel like a pretty good company. I pulled it off with Power Director. I sent some shit to them, but my problem isn't much of a problem, and it's like really specific and kind of dumb, so I don't think it'll matter that much. But is that like 3 unleashers and 2 hitters? Oh god, I don't know what the end ones did, but I think I had 3 unleashers in the middle. No, thank you. I say no because I want to collect the 3rd one and then do all of them at the same time. I am into that. That is, just looked at that. She's pretty. Yep. Another great reason to play Lost Reavers is the character models are very pretty. Especially fucking Dave's character gets really hot outfits. Like none of the ones that he has, like he has 2 outfits and he can unlock different colors for them, but just of the other people that I've seen that have his character, I've seen one that was a fucking sexy cop and another one that was like a sexy cowgirl, and I was like, that is hot. Dave needs to get that. Of my character, it's always like, there's a schoolgirl one that I have, and then there's another one that I think is like a, because she's like Japanese or whatever, so it's a schoolgirl outfit, and I saw one that's a fucking fucking what do you call the, oh god. I feel like a disgrace to all weebs because I can't remember the name of this thing, but it's like the formal outfit. I don't know if it's that formal, but it's like what you would wear at like a festival or something. I think the dude version is called obi, but that's not the female version. I don't know. I don't actually know anything about Japan. The only thing I know is what I've gleaned from anime, and apparently I haven't been watching enough anime because I completely forgot the name, that thing that appears in most every really long-running shows, especially ones set during the summertime, because they have this festivals, and people wear those during festivals. It's just, I'm gonna end the episode now. Thank you. Thanks for watching, everybody. Like, share, comment, subscribe. You know, you gotta do those things, you know? If you want. I don't fucking care that much. I do care a lot. It's just, I'm not gonna beg you to do anything. It's just... What am I still talking for? Take care of yourself. That's what you're supposed to do.